August 2014. I stood on the edge of that cliff. No shit. This is not your typical story, but stood on the edge of that cliff thinking, I've had enough of this shit. Like, what is the point in any of this? Am I just a hindrance? I'm just getting in people's way. I'm fucking horrible to be around. Like, I can't deal with this pain. I can't deal with this stress. I can't deal with these expectations. I can't deal with this overwhelm. And I should just go away. That was the thing I used to say to my wife all the time. And that cliff up there, my wife stood in front of me begging me not to jump off and to think about my kids. That was a huge turning point for me.
I get asked a lot of questions about that first part. Like, if you're really suicidal, why was your wife there? The truth is, my wife used to follow me all of the time. Not because she's some kind of weird stalker, but I was that volatile, that explosive, that unpredictable that she never knew when I was going to come home. So this day in particular that I'm talking about here, she actually followed me up and down the coast in her car with my daughter, who was like 8 months old at the time. So this is real shit.
See, I'd gone, the previous 2 years are almost a blur to me because they were so tough. I choose them to be tough. I built this big business, I had all this success, yet inside I was dying and I was fucking empty. Like, empty. I felt this nothingness. Something inside was missing, despite having all of this kind of external excess, this external success even. Internally, there was fucking nothing. And whatever it was dying. Like, literally the fire had been extinguished.
I don't actually talk about this in that video because when I made the video, I didn't still understand what it was. So at the time, there were two things going on for me. Number one was that I was drinking a lot and doing a lot of cocaine, which obviously that affects your physical and mental health, almost like unlike anything else. But actually what I realized the emptiness was is because I'd built this successful business, this successful life, and then, like I said that was it. Is this it? And I actually stopped striving. I stopped going after everything new. I didn't have goals. I didn't have targets. I didn't have a mission. I didn't have outcome. In other words, I didn't have anything to move towards. I didn't have a vision of the future that excited me. So all I could think about was how I felt at that moment in time, which was awful, and all the mistakes I've made in my past. So since then, I've actually figured out that what I lacked was a sense of purpose.
And I'm not even sure how I got there. I'm not even sure how I got to this position of pure pain. Like, I felt like I was in a pit of darkness and there was no light anymore. I felt like I was drowning in a sea of negative thoughts. And I didn't even know how to swim. And if we can use a swimming analogy, I felt like I was swimming with my clothes still on, like just locked in a struggle. Despite on the outside looking like I had it all together. The truth of the matter is, my friend, I was a fucking liar. And that might sound a strange thing to admit, but I'd have you consider that you're a liar too. But I get it. I get it. After all, what kind of man expresses his feelings? What kind of man admits that he's struggling when he can mask it with booze, he can mask it with drugs, he can mask it with humor? And I still get caught in this sometimes too. We can mask it with porn, we can mask it with money, we can mask it with holidays and toys. And that's the easy bit.
I'm going to tell you something that I've just realised. I've never actually watched this video. I'm almost 3 minutes in. And not only can I not remember what I said, I haven't never watched this video back. On this particular version, 6 million people have seen. The other version of it, 11 million people have seen, the one without the swearing. And it's quite interesting to me, it's quite heart-wrenching to me. What's also mental is that when I made this video, no one was talking about the stuff that I'm talking about here either. So it's, yeah, I don't know what it is. Weird.
But at some point, like me, you may get to the place I call the pit, where it's almost a moment of fuck it. I cannot continue like this. I can't continue to live like this. And all of the voices in your head are telling you to fucking give up. And the help that you do get and the people that you do reach out to and the advice that you seem to seek online is full of think positively. Think fucking positively. Really? Think positively. Get around people. Exercise. I'm like, exercise? The last thing I want to do is fucking exercise, because if I leave the house, I'll tear someone's fucking head off.
Woo! Yeah, I definitely cannot remember saying that, but it's extremely accurate. The mad part about this video, even on the day I hadn't planned to do it, so there's no script, there's no words, there's not even any thought. We just set the video up, and I said to my camera guy, Mark, I just said, listen mate, I've got something I want to say. Set the camera up over there. I had this idea and I just shot from the hip. I can't remember saying that, but it's incredibly accurate.
That might just be me, but I suspect it's not. So maybe you're in a position where business is going well, but you hate it. You've built a life of lies. You've built a life that you can't stand anymore. You have a relationship with your wife that, let's face it, you're not really getting laid. You're starting to think about going elsewhere. You may be addicted to porn. It's cool, bro, I get it. Dude, here's what I do know. If you're thinking about going elsewhere, how do you think your fucking wife feels? You're coming home every night from work, pissing and moaning at her, unloading onto her, not even asking her how her fucking day went, expecting your dinner on the table, expecting to get laid. It's fucking insanity to me. But that's the life that I lived. And as far as kids go, maybe you're one of those dads that is super dad, I don't know. But if you're anything like I was, you get home and the kids do nothing but fucking annoy you, so you stay at the office a little bit longer. You piss around. Fuck around on Facebook. Can't wait for the weekend to come so you can have a drink with the boys and escape home. Maybe you're sick of having your body the way it is, in pain all the time, fucking snoring, waking up like feeling like a bag of shit, needing coffee just to get through the fucking morning. And just going through this grind, I'm kind of like, this is how I was. And the best description I can give you is like a fucking zombie. Living dead. And it took me standing on the edge of that cliff there, my wife in front of me, begging me not to do it, reminding me about the 2 kids that I had at home, to say, almost like this, please sir, can I have some help? Problem was, where the fuck do we go for help as modern men? Like, where we're gonna go? To a fucking life coach? Who's gonna tell us to think positively? Bless their hearts. But for a man like me and a man like you, a life coach telling me to think positively, build a vision board, and fucking manifest shit, it's almost laughable to a man like me and a man like you. What I needed was someone to slap me across the face. Someone to give me a reality check. Show me what I had. Show me what I could lose. Call me out on my own bullshit. Call me out on the stories that I told about how it was, about how I was different, about how my town was different, about how my business was different, about how my bipolar was different. And that man was Garrett J. White. And when I first saw him, I was like, who's this dickhead? He's triggering the shit out of me right now. What he was doing was holding the mirror. Maybe like I am right now. Ironic. Call me out on my shit and then I travel all the way to Laguna Beach. You're going to see that trip pretty soon, actually. But I traveled all the way to Laguna Beach, and this sounds weird, but I traveled all the way there to get punched in the face repeatedly. Until I finally realized that the shit that I built. Nobody else did it. Shit didn't happen to me. I was responsible for everything that I created. But this is beautiful, right? Here's the beauty in this, right? If I can create this shit almost unconsciously, because I don't know I've created, if I can create this unconsciously, then surely I have the power to create whatever the fuck I want. Think about that. If I can unconsciously create this shit and build this shit that I hate, this pit, if I can unconsciously go there, then what would happen if I consciously committed to changing shit, to changing things, to changing the way that I operate? Consciously, imagine what I could create and commit to that. So what I'm really saying is, dude, is how much does it have to hurt you? How much does it have to hurt for you to reach out for help? How many times you have to wake up with another fucking hangover to say enough? How many times you have to go in the shower and not be able to see your dick? How many times you not have to be able to get it up with your wife? And I shouldn't joke about this, but this is the reality. How many times you have to lose your temper with your kids? How many times you have to skip?
I guarantee that, so this video has a lot of positive comments. I think it's changed a lot of people's lives, including mine. It also has a lot of negative comments, and listening to that, I'm like, wow, that piece there, I believe could be one of the pieces that triggers people. How much longer are you going to keep tolerating your own bullshit? How many more times are you going to wake up with a hangover? It's very triggering, and there's two ways to react to that. Like anything that you get triggered by, there's number one, be woken up by it. Like, be woken up, actually, no more. Or, fuck you. And I see this with a lot of videos that I do. If there's anything that makes people look in the mirror at themselves, they either go one or two ways. It's my responsibility, or fuck you. And I can see now, again, first, no shit, I dropped this video 7 years ago, and this is the first time I've watched it back, and I've just realised that 8 minutes in, that's the part that triggers people, I believe.
Your little boy's football practice. Breaks me fucking heart that I used to do that. How many times did your wife have to sit at home eating dinner on her own again? How many times do you have to lose your temper, lose your shit, lose your cool, amidst all the fucking chaos that's going on around you? And if it's not now, when is it? I could throw a whole lot of pain your way right now. Like, I could throw the scenarios that will pop up, like it did for me, if shit doesn't change right now. And guess what, dude? Here's the thing. I have nothing to sell you right now. Nothing. There is nothing to buy here. I am not leading up to it.
I didn't have anything to sell then. I had no real... I didn't really want to do what I'm doing right now. I hadn't really had the idea yet. People had asked me about it. Garrett J. White pushed me towards it. But at this point, I didn't have anything to sell. But when I dropped that video, again, I said a lot of negative comments, but people started to come towards me. That sounds like me. That sounds like me. Can you help? And again, I can't remember saying that either, but that's very intriguing that this video changed my life and changed a lot of other people's lives. Hopefully in a good way.
Bitch. What I am leading up to is, if not now, when? So dude, if not now,
I said dude a lot.
When?
And I said dude a lot, and my ears are really smooth. The two things I've noticed: one, I've got no beard. Two, my hairstyle's terrible. Three, I say dude a lot. But the thing that I keep looking at in this video is my ears, compared to now, are so smooth. Like literally like a baby's arse. Ears like a baby's arse.
See, one of the biggest challenges we have as modern men is it's kind of the polar opposite. We have over here, we have boredom. And you know what happens when you're bored, right? You do stupid shit. You look for ways to mess shit up. You search for suffering. You search for struggle. I do. I almost look for ways to sabotage all the shit that's going right because I think that I don't deserve it. So over here we have boredom. Over here is his friend, burnout. Now this is the point where we're working so hard, we're hustling so hard, we're pushing so hard, we're partying so hard. I think dickheads call it burning the candle at both ends and grinding. Over here is burnout. Over here is boredom. The sweet spot is right between here. This is where the biggest growth is. Boredom, stupid shit. Looking for the self-destruct button. Burnout, guaranteed self-destruct. So dude, you can choose your fucking poison. But what I do know is that over here is insanity, and over here burnout, funnily enough, is look at that up there. Sorry, dude. Sorry, dude. Fucking hell. That looks dope as fuck, doesn't it? Shit. Sorry, dude. So what I'm saying again is this, right? Like, if not now, when? How much does it have to hurt? How much do you have to struggle? How many times do you have to say, fuck this shit? Because, dude, it's boring. I got bored of hearing my own voice. Imagine all the people around me fucking felt and me saying, oh, I've had enough of this. I'm like...
That is so true. That has not changed. I work with many men, and I've worked with a lot of men who say one thing and do the opposite, or they make a promise and then fail to keep it, or they come to an agreement and don't stick to it. In other words, they become fucking unreliable and then wonder why people don't trust them and wonder why they don't trust themselves. I always say this, excuses are the language of the unreliable. I was unreliable and no one trusted me. My wife didn't trust me. Customers didn't trust me. Potential customers didn't trust me. My kids knew that my word meant nothing. This should be a big wake-up call for a lot of people.
A little pussy, honestly.
Sorry, I'm talking about little pussy, let me rewind.
That's where I learned the deepest lessons when I was in
Only like big pussies.
I've had enough of this. But honestly, how many... Is it going to be when you burn your business to the ground again, like I did? Is it going to be when you burn another relationship? Is it going to be when you burn another bridge?
Well, do you know what? I thought I'd get kind of emotional at that video, but listen, it's been 11 years since I was on that cliff, 11 years since I was rock bottom, and I've spoken about that topic all over the world, on stages, on podcasts, in 2 books now. So I don't really get that emotional talk about it now, but seeing the video for the first time has actually energized me. It's energized me because this message is a fucking important message. This message is like a call to arms for people. It's not a, hey, just make sure you reach out and talk to somebody. Make sure you check in on your mates and that. Listen, do I believe that's important? Yes. But this video, for a lot of people, I hope, was the kick in the dick that they needed. I'm glad that this video triggered people. It's triggered people in a positive way and in a not so positive way. But ultimately, it's made like 17 million people stop. It stopped people in their tracks and made them feel something, which, as a man that was in that situation, I didn't feel fucking anything. So it's either made people angry or it's inspired them. Either way, it's made people feel something, which actually can lead to, it can be the first step in a transformation. Getting pissed off, getting inspired, they're usually the first feelings that get people moving, it's enough to get people to take action. It's enough to wake people up. Like, I don't know a single transformation that's happened as a result of, in fact, I would say that every single transformation I've ever seen is the result of somebody being fucking pissed off with their own bullshit. Yeah. Great video. Smoothie as.